Even though I know this is going to be really bad. But I don't care. As you can see behind me, I don't have a canvas. I didn't feel like going out and getting one or spending money. This is a cardboard lid to a cardboard box I got at IKEA. I painted it white. Poorly. I'm not gonna put a second coat on because I don't care. Also, Bob Ross uses oil paints, which I've never used, and I don't have any. So I have a bunch of acrylic paint, and I also don't have, I can't remember what it's called, the tray for the paint, the palette. I don't have one of those either because that's you use those for oil paints, and I'm not using oil paints, I'm using acrylic. But I have this plastic lid to a plastic box I'm going to be using. Because why not? Yes. But Bob takes a little yellow and a little red, and he kind of dabs them together, and then he makes a circle for his son. I'll take this. And I'm just gonna, what's he doing here? He's just making a circle. The thing that's nice about art is that you don't have to be good at it. You don't have to be good at anything. I always used to be so embarrassed in my art classes because I didn't have like technical talent like everyone else. Other people are so good at making their still lifes and their landscapes and their portraits seem so realistic. The circle's getting too big, but it's okay. Maybe I'll cut down on the circle with a little white. Alright, that's as good as that's gonna get. Alright, Bob, what else do you got for me? Alright, so now Bob mixes white and red. And, oh, I already have red, so I need white. He mixes white and red, and he makes this hazy kind of shape, and then he brings it down. My son is much too large. Maybe it's not about the visuals, it's about the process. It's not about the journey. Alright, funny little shape. I'm gonna do a funny little shape. Some real engineering feats are happening over here. I'm feeling it. Bob does kind of a thing down here too. I have a little orange on my brush. That's probably fine. Alright. Bob goes in with some blue now. Yeah. Okay. I can't get this open. Who's walking? Oh, my poor knees. My knees. Oh, my knees. Okay. Who goes there? I got debris in my paint. I know it's pronounced debris, but I like saying debris. I think it's funny. Oh, fuck. It came squirting out all aggressive like. Bob makes this sort of lavender color. And then he goes around. He goes around all those little spots that he just did. He goes around town. Around. You know, making stuff like this, videos like this, I get insecure. A few videos ago I talked about how a fear of mine is that I'm boring. I'm very afraid of being found boring. But unfortunately, I think it's difficult for my personality to translate onto screen because I'm not high energy and I don't have big reactions to things like Joanne or like old Emma Chamberlain. That's just not my personality. And I used to try and fake that kind of energy in my older, now deleted videos because it's entertaining, but it's just not me. But I get insecure that I'm boring because I'm not. Why is there blue? I get insecure because I don't have this big over-the-top old Emma Chamberlain personality. But you know what? It's just not me. It's just not authentic. So if this video ends up being boring, then so be it. That's just not who I am. Bob Ross is all about facing your demons head on. There is something about painting, though, especially painting for yourself. Like, I'm not worried about a grade or other people's opinions. I'm just painting. There's something about painting like this that makes you really introspective. I'm just so deep. You know what I think I'm gonna do to combat this? Because this, it's not blending, I'm just using more purple. I'm gonna take this brush. I'm gonna take another foam brush, and I have some water over here. I'm gonna dip it in the water, and I'm gonna use that to blend, because I'm so smart. I'm so smart. I am a fucking genius. Oh, it's all part of the process, baby. I think I need to mix more pink and fix that. I'm also at an angle so you guys can see the painting, and I think it's making it weird. Black hole sun, won't you come wash away the pain? Black hole sun, won't you come? Won't you come? Black hole sun, black hole sun. Okay. Singing is another thing I like to do a lot, but I'm not good at it. But for some reason, I don't care that I'm not good at it. Like, I sing in the car all the time. Whatever. I'm just not good at it. I'm totally tone deaf, but I like doing it, so I can hear when my dog's barking. I'd like you all to know that I am 3 minutes and 15 seconds into this Bob Ross video. It's a half an hour long, and I've been filming for 31 minutes and 22 seconds. I don't have brown. Bob wants me to use brown. How the fuck am I supposed to get brown? Oh, I have brown. Alright, so Bob has this, like, muted brown color, which I don't have. I mixed my own brown a long time ago, and it is in a red Solo cup. Bob has this, like, light, muted brown color, and then he mixes blue in with it. So I'm gonna mix some of the brown I have here with white and with blue and see if I can't get that sort of color that he has. Just call me Michelangelo. Bob also is using the same brush for everything, but once again, not using the right kind of paint, so it's not really translating that well. Black hole sun, black hole sun, won't you come? Black hole sun, wash away the pain. Okay. Won't you come? Won't you come? Right, Bob, zoom out. I need to see. Right? Kinda. Yes. So now what are you doing, Bob? Robert, what are you doing? Okay, so Bob takes his big brush and he blends, but that's not gonna be happening here. I'm gonna take a little brush, I'm gonna dip it in my water, and I'm gonna see if I can blend that way. Yeah, big money. Oh, it's looking muddy. I think I need to go in with some pink and fix some of the shit going on in here. So many tears I cried, so much pain inside. It ain't over until it's over. Love alive, love alive. Baby, it ain't over until it's over. Always, always be in love. Where's that purple at? Yo, where that purple at? That purple though? Where it at? Yes. Anakin. They call me the Spider Woman. Oh, my arm is tired. Don't make fun of me, I have a condition. I'm easily fatigued. I have 3 different chronic medical conditions that I'm diagnosed with, and all 3 of them have brain fog as a symptom, which explains a lot about me as a person. They were like, we diagnose you with confused, disoriented. I just burped. Bob wants me to take the dry brush to blend, but I fear we're just on different waves, Bob. Baby, it ain't over until it's over. I need to stop fixating, because this video is going to be really long. Alright, so now Bob takes his little fingy, and he puts a little bit of white paint in the middle of the sun. That's too much. And he really gets it in there. Bob wipes the excess off with a palette knife. I know Bob likes his little knife things, so I have a plastic knife, because I don't have a palette knife, but again, he's using oil paint, it's thicker, so he wipes it off. I don't, you know, you get the drill by now. Bobby boy. Bobby, you're killing me, man. So now, Bob takes this, like, slate grayish blue, and he makes some funny little mountains. Now, Bob uses the knife to make some funny little mountains. I have a plastic knife. I am going to apply the paint to the edge of the knife, because I don't want the serrated part. That's not the vibe. I don't know how to do this. Bob just makes some funny little mountains. I hear a lot of racket upstairs. I don't know how to do this. Alright, so this is not really working for me. I'm just gonna use a brush. Okay. So what Bob does is he uses the knife to make texture, and then he kind of blends what he wants to not have texture. That was the stupidest sentence. Do you see the vision? But I'm gonna fix these mountains. Hold on. Alright, the mountain situation has been assessed. Then he kind of shapes his mountains, I think. Like, I'm gonna take a little bit of pink and fix that. Oh, I just got up to pee, and I realized I've been doing this for like an hour and 15 minutes. Okay. So Bob uses palette knife again, and he like scrapes these little mountains. But the thing is, he creates this like texture. I know I'm not going to be able to recreate that exactly how he does it, so I'm going to try and replicate that with this crusty sponge, just the edge of this crusty, nasty sponge, to try and recreate that texture. So I'm going to apply it to the sponge with the brush just to get it even and not clumpy. And Bob just, you know, he just does it. He just fucking goes for it. Okay. I'm gonna have to clean that up a little bit, but not bad. Alright, well, that didn't go as intended. These things can be fixed. Just make it a happy little tree or whatever. I have this other sponge, and I'm just gonna... Alright, well, let's fucking things up. Whatever, I actually kind of like that, so I'm gonna leave it. Then Bob takes a light blue, and he does the same thing on the other side of the mountains. He just takes this light blue, and he makes like a shadow. I'm just gonna do it with really light brush strokes, because I'm kind of tired of fucking around with the mountains. Actually, I really like this. I like that. Bob blends out his mountains. If you recall earlier, I had trouble with blending out. I'm gonna take this stiff-ass brush. Alright. Bob takes like this muted purple color, and he makes some fucking trees. Not dark enough. Well, I'm not crazy about it. Okay, I see. So now what Bob does is kind of genius. Because Bob's a genius. But I've gotta go my own way. Go my own way. Bob creates a little pond. And he does this by dry brushing. So you were creating a little pond. The pond. The pond. And then Bob like edges some white in there for the pond. With his blade thing, but we're not doing that shit. Oh, this is not the water. This is like a hill. I'm fucking up. You're losing me, Bob. You're losing me. It's not looking like a lake. Now Bob busts out the fan brush. And he takes some dark blue. And he makes some fucking trees. I don't have a fan brush. So I'm just gonna use a brush. And make some fucking trees. Bob adds white. Bob adds a little white to the trees. I'm gonna use the tiniest little brush I have to do that. I don't like it, but whatever. Now Bob takes his light blue. Looks like the same light blue from the mountain. Bob takes his light blue and he makes a goddamn bush. Bush. I don't know how far down that bush goes. Bush kind of gets darker at the bottom. Bush gets a little darker at the bottom. And then Bobby boy, he takes white and he kind of fucking, he gets that sweet fucking texture. Gets that texture. Just gets all up in there. He gets all up in there. Texture. Now Bob paints a funny little house. So I'm gonna paint a funny little house. And he uses this like black color. Now Bob's roof is snow covered, so I'm just gonna take blue and white and kinda. It's a funky little cabin we have here. Why not? Oh, my legs hate this. Okay. Bob paints a funny little snowbank. Right. Yeah. Bob's funny little snowbank comes to a point. Kind of texture. Bob makes a funny little bush. Yeah, something like that. Maybe I'll make a bush right here. Funny little bush. Then Bob takes, who's walking around up there? Bob takes blue. Where's my blue? Bob takes some of this dark bluish gray color and he like yeah, I don't know what happened here. I've lost the thread a little bit. And my knees really hurt and I kind of want to just be done. So Bob paints like bushes down here, so that's what I'm gonna do because the water is pissing me off. Well, Bob paints a funny little tree right here, and I'm not gonna do that because I'm tired. So this is the finished product. What did we learn today? Painting for fun is fun, as it turns out. I'm not great at following tutorials. This is less me following a Bob Ross tutorial and more me watching a Bob Ross video and then doing whatever I want. All in all, I'm kind of proud of this. I forgot that I miss painting. All I can think right now is how annoying this video is going to be to edit because I'm pretty sure it's like an hour and 45 minutes long, so